BetOnline is your number one source for all your sports betting needs this season. From baseball, golf, soccer, right to all the top fights in UFC, MMA, and boxing. Every stat, every matchup, and even live odds and spreads while the games are being played. When the game's over, head on over to our online casino and get in on a game of blackjack or poker, or unwind with one of our over 150 slots games. Head to the website today to get in on the action. Use promo code BLEAV for your 50% free bet credit on your first deposit up to $250. Bet online. The game starts here.
Are you ready?
Woo! We back. What's happening? Welcome to Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club. You are here with Band Sessions with the Boom. It's me, your boy, Terrell Key, aka T-Reezy.
It's your girl Danielle, aka Don Yeezy.
And it's your boy Toby Johnson, aka Furious Styles.
Hey y'all. So before we get started, make sure y'all follow the podcast, follow the channel. We're on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, go to YouTube, hit the subscribe button, and click the bell. We're also on Spotify, we're on Apple Podcasts, and we're on Google Podcasts. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here once again. Toby, Danielle, what up, though?
Oh, hey, time out. Let's pause. I'm gonna do a Blues Clues pause. Like just pause.
Blues.
I need y'all to go hit that bell right now.
Oh, hit the bell. Bing!
It's awkward silence.
Right. Bing! It just happened. They did it. All right, we trusted they did. Like, thank y'all for doing that. Go ahead.
No, you can pause it. Go ahead and hit the clean and then come back. Like we still here.
We'll be here. Leave and come back and then hit the play button. Right. So look, before we get into it for real, I keep saying that, but thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for the comments. Thank y'all for the subscriptions. Thank y'all for subscribing. Thank you for clicking the bell. Thank you for listening to us, checking it out. Thank you for the feedback. We appreciate it. We about to get into it. I'm excited, y'all. I'm excited.
Oh, yes.
Why am I excited? Because we are here once again. So what we doing today, y'all? What's going on?
Hey. We doing what we always do. But I got a question.
You got a question? I brought my mouthpiece just in case.
Uh-oh.
I got my mouthpiece. I didn't have a mouthpiece last time. I had it, but I didn't have it.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
I got it this time.
You're a musician, you know?
Okay.
Back in 98, like, marches was a thing. What was your favorite march that we played?
Them bases.
John Philip Sousa.
In 98?
In 98.
Oh, man.
Mine was them bases. Why? I don't know. I do know why I like them bases. It was to me it was a groovy march. Dun, 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 dun. I know I didn't really look groovy.
Was that the first march we learned together?
He was like,
that's all I had. That was my part.
I think the bases was the first march we learned together.
Now that's a tricky question. I don't know if that was the first march we learned together. Someone would have to refresh.
It was.
I think it was the first one.
No, yeah,
I think it was.
I think it was the first one.
It was easy too, to me.
Like French horns, not French horns, but like the
I remember
the woodwinds. They just had to do that stuff the whole time.
We had to, the method, holding the mouthpiece at the very tip of the stem.
So let me demonstrate. So for those of you who are listening to us and not watching, what I'm doing is I'm demonstrating how to hold the mouthpiece when you are just buzzing. It is like so. I just did that. So that's over with. Yes, Danielle, you are absolutely correct. Buzzing on the mouthpiece is always good.
I won't go before you, D. Mine was I hate the title of the song, but I love the tone. King Cotton.
You like King Cotton?
I love some King Cotton, man. I know it's not a popular title, like in 2024, but like King Cotton, that was my joint.
I like King Cotton.
Yeah,
I don't
they had some long rolls. You had to keep them open.
Like them rolls. Gotcha.
Yeah, dude, I got you.
Okay, in 98, we played 4 marches in 98.
Mm-hmm.
I think Barnum and Bailey was one of them.
Ooh,
that is my favorite march from 98. I have a favorite of my time in the boom.
Can I guess? Purple Carnival.
How'd you know?
I love me some Purple Carnival.
Purple Carnival.
I love me some Purple Carnival.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
Man.
But it takes we had those marches like put in front of our faces, so we would know that was important. Like, this is what's important, everyone. We'll get to all this pop stuff later. To me, that's how I received the marches, and then I embraced them. Like, okay, we played them in high school, of course, but on the college level, it's like it's more in depth. It was a lot of this is what we gotta do. So yes, oh my gosh, the marches. That was a good question. That was a great question.
It's a great question for the guests that we got today, right?
Oh, we finna get into that.
Let's go all the way in.
I gotta get my pom out again.
Hold on. Is this person deserving of the pom?
Oh yes, it is. Yes, this person is. All right. Oh, a space there. So the pom-poms are shaking. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Is it time? Should I go ahead?
It's time. Go ahead and do it.
One of y'all want to do it?
Let's do it.
Yeah, knock that in.
Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, another guest that is special. This guest is very special. Another special guest because
all I guess is special, but this one is he's super special.
Super special. You gave it, ladies and gentlemen. Without further ado, the Dr. Louis Liddell. Yes, we got Doc on. Doc, what's happening? How you doing, sir?
I'm doing just fine.
Look,
how you guys doing?
We doing great. So, Doc, you can prop your device up. You don't have to hold it because we're gonna be on here. We're gonna talk. Now I know your hand might get tired. You don't want to prop it up, or you want to hold it right there.
One thing I did, I'm good for right now. I had to change the rooms and get a charger. I'm okay. Let it rip.
That's what I'm talking about. But look, Doc, before we get into it, first I want to say thank you so very much for spending your evening with us. We appreciate you. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for allowing us to, just have this conversation with you, because if it wasn't for you, none of us would be here.
Okay.
Period. So I want to start out by saying thank you. All right. We're going to get into it, Doc. You ready?
Dr. Liddell, we're going to jump into it because we don't want to waste any time, man, because this is something that we've all been when we first started the podcast, this is something that we look forward to. We got to get Doc on here. And this was 18 months ago. At this point right now, Doc, can you tell us your boom story? Can you tell us the beginning, the middle, and where you are right now? How do you gain interest in the Sonic Boom in the South? How you became a member of the Sonic Boom in the South, director, all that stuff. Give us your story.
Okay. Let's talk about the beginning. The Sonic Boom was just the name of the band, the nickname. And I became a member of the band in 1963. And I was in the second band director here, first full-time band director, William W. Davis. He was the band, and the assistant band director was Dr. Elster Smith. He was some legendary individuals who at that time were fighting to be a music program for Black people in Jackson, really. And it wasn't initially, I didn't want to go to Jackson State. I'm from Jackson. I played in Brinkley High School band. At that time, was the best band in Jackson. And Dr. L. Smith was my band director in 11th grade. In fact, I was on in the band 2 years, 11th and 12th grade. The 9th grade year, I was a beginner. I did not do 10th grade. I was in a accelerated program for so-called academic students. My sister really was academic. I fooled them like I was academic. So they put me in the program too. So I was able to skip 10th grade. So 9th grade year, you're a beginner. You go to all the books. And I didn't want to be in the band. I didn't sign up for band. I signed up for industrial arts. They gave me band. And I fussed and raised all kind of hell because I want to make my science fair project in the shop. And so I was in there, and I didn't have an instrument. About 2 weeks, the man told me, Mr. Holly, who was the son of Carmen Holly Sr., that was his son. He told me if I just started playing a horn, I was going to get an F. So I got the tenor saxophone. He let me use one. First I wanted to do trumpet. I thought I'd get that tenor sax. And I started playing the tenor sax. But then it got down there and I couldn't play it all the time because they had 2 older students using the horn, seniors. So my sister had a clarinet at home. So I started using her clarinet. My sister had gone to college at Tougaloo. She'd gone off to college. And so I got a horn. And then I played saxophone and the clarinet. Then that's how I got started in the band. Then they finally changed my schedule. They changed me to industrial art. I said, no, I'm going to stay in band. I started liking it. I found out I caught on real quick. I mean, everything just like this is what you're supposed to be doing. Went right through the books where kids have been in the band, I'm better than them. So, it was just like that, just snap, crackle, and pop. That's it. So now during the summer, I had to go to summer school for that special program. So now here's my first year getting in the real band. When I heard we had a new band director named Esther Smith, he was legendary in Mississippi. He was legendary band director. And when I got there, I told him I played tenor sax. But then at school, they had 2 tenor sax, and they both were seniors. And you weren't going to cut them heads. You wouldn't waste your time. And he told me I could play tenor sax, I'd buy one. I talked to my father about buying a tenor sax. My father said, I bought that girl that clarinet for $75, and all she did was squeaked all night. Ain't going to put another dime on another instrument. So that's it. You want to be in the band, you get the clarinet or go home. So I got the clarinet. I came to rehearsal. He gave me second clarinet part. Then I started listening to the players playing. I knew I could beat all them on second and third. Then I said, wait just a second here. I can beat all those playing first too, except 2. There was a boy and a girl I couldn't beat. And then I told Dr. Smith, I said, you're a high school kid, you say anything. I said, I can beat all the people playing except 2. He said, okay, you get first clarinet then. So I got first clarinet part, and I came back and I was playing it. And then I would beat them all except 2. So that was it. And so by the end of the year, I got them all down except 1. I had that boy to get rid of. His daddy was a counselor. So that's how I got in the band. I also was very much involved in the civil rights movement. Ooh. And my whole family was.
Talk about it.
What happened at that time too, doing the band history, Tennessee State was a big dog. Florida M were big dogs. Tennessee State had 100 band members. They had more than 100. Florida M was approaching 200 back in 1963. Jackson State at some point only had like 6 or 7 band members. Jackson State made a name for themselves in 1961 and 62, when they went to the Black National Championship for football. That's really the only Black National Championship Jackson State won, was in 62. Anyway, when they went down and played Florida A&M, Florida A&M was shocked that a band was that small, 70-some people could work on their head. Because William Dave was a hell of a ranger. So he ranged like he had a big jazz band. So then what happened was, I was in the civil rights movement during my senior year, and Elsa Smith left and went to Jackson State. And I was in jail most of the time during the summer. Medgar Evers was assassinated in 1963, June the 12th. Remember that date? I don't want to talk about that too much. It's hard to talk about. So he was like one of my heroes. Anyway, so we really would demonstrate a lot. And so I was in jail. I couldn't go to Tennessee State. I missed all of those deadlines. Missed all of those. Then I had a letter from Jackson State, scholarship. I didn't even sign anything. It was back of my room in the back. I was from Dallas State, Alcorn, Stillman College, all of those places. I don't want to go over Tennessee State. Tennessee State had a hell of a band in those days. They really did. So then what happened, I got back from jail. It was too late to go to them. My mom said, boy, you got that up at Jackson State? Get that letter right now. Sign it and send it out to the Jackson State. The deadline already passed. Jackson State told me it was okay. My mom said, you go take that ACT. Took the ACT, and Jackson State told me to come on. So I came to Jackson State out there and walked in, being a freshman. It was a different world then than what it is now. We had over 112 folks in the band who were trying out. 112. I knew we got 100 folks in the band. Everybody could play their instrument. I mean, play. Wasn't no shucking and jiving. And then I found out I could beat some of the seniors playing. I got cocky. When you're a freshman or anybody, you could talk about anybody if you could play. And you couldn't play, you could say the shit up and say nothing. So what happened, a lot of the night, because I was talking about the seniors who couldn't play. Anyway, so that was the story there. So they I think they had 6 guys. What the hell fascinating too, so many boys playing clarinet. It was all males. I think we had 3, maybe 3 or 4 girls. It was all males. And they were nailing them homes. So, but I was in the hunt. And I was excited about that. And we was playing marches, man. They passed out a book, and we had about 20 marches in that book. And we had to run them marches down. But the honest truth, we didn't memorize all the marches. We're allowed to read them marches. So that was it was a different world. You had to play. And we wanted 100 people in the band, and Prop Davis cut it down to 88. He sent trumpet players home who could play.
Wow.
He sent them home who could play. And so that was a while, but he was about to bid. Prop Davis, I'm going to tell you something about him. He wasn't a real good band director. He was a good band leader. He was a leader. He looked at you like he was. He looked at you like you. He was in that. You was like in a big jazz band, and you played in the band. This is a gig. I ain't got time for no shuck and jive. You got to play your part or go home. And so that was it. The only somebody would take time with would be the trumpet player. He played trumpet. The woodwind player, you be fingering them parts. Ain't no talk. You be fingering them parts to get over there. You got to have your part ready. And we were playing some real his arrangements was something else. They were beautiful.
Doc, so like the difference between a good band director and a band leader, that's somebody that's like invested in kids, and then somebody that's invested in the product. Prop
Davis, good question. Prop Davis invested in the product.
Yeah.
Invested in product. He was investing what come out the instruments in product. A band director gonna take more time, deal with pedagogy, gonna lead that student on. Prop Davis wanted talent folk. He wanted instant results. Mm-hmm. He wanted you to play right then and there and no miss. Mm-hmm. And the word was, it's on the horn. And we went to the same PT y'all went to. It was very strenuous. Same way y'all went to for us, the exercising, the running. And so one thing, we didn't have no assembly building. We was out in the hot sun. There was no air conditioning in Jack State.
It is 99 degrees outside.
We didn't know AC never existed.
No, that did not happen. The band room, I think they might have a fan in the window. They might have the library was air conditioned, the dining hall was air conditioned, administrative building, classrooms, windows open, find you a breeze. Find you a breeze. We were cool with that. My high school wasn't air conditioning. My house wasn't air conditioning. So we were conditioned to dealing with just what it was. And you dealt with it. Very Prop Davis. Jack State was probably the best thing for me. Now, what really was good, Jack State, was the wind ensemble. They only had one. Okay. And probably a little too much brass in the probably parts to them. But you had to really play. Those transcriptions, you're playing clarinet, playing violin parts. Really was tough. But it was a one hell of a band for playing music. And we played real music on the field. We played jazz. We played one thing, played excerpt from Rachmaninoff Piano Concerto. We played tune like trumpet lullaby. Played a trumpet, what that thing was. We played a trumpet trio on the field. It was none of them on.
Yeah.
None of yeah. All I told you, it was about playing. It was music. And the fan loved it. Now dancing. Now you had to come on the field with them.
Slow down. Like, you go into the dancing. At the beginning, we talked about our favorite marches. I think Dee said her favorite march was Purple Carnival.
Barnum and Bailey in '98.
Barnum and Bailey in '98. Like Stars and Stripes is one of my favorites, but them basses is is Terrell's and King Cotton, something that you introduced to me, and I love King Cotton. But what was your favorite march that you directed while you were the director at Jackson State?
Oh, what we got? Looks like a pause button right there. You know what? You know what? There was probably an interference with the technology. There was some type of interference, but I guarantee you it's going to kick back on in a second. Man, listen, y'all. Hold on.
We paused.
All right, there we go. All right, there we go. And bam, let's go. We back.
It's a marching band.
Yeah.
What music is written for marching band? What is the repertoire? The repertoire for the marching band is marches. And my good friend Terrell mentioned them bass and his favorite march. Lord have mercy. That wasn't by Jonathan Sousa. That by Hoffman. I put that march in there really as something to get the band kids locked into really being able to play out, open up, and just to feel free.
I was free when I played that, Doc. I appreciate you. Thank you. I'm sorry.
You had you right. That's what you would play.
Yeah, that's it.
The French horn part.
Yeah,
that's it.
2 notes, Doc. It was 2 notes.
2 notes.
Look here. We played actually 7 marches. We played, let me get them in order. We played them basses. King Cotton. Now, I heard my good friend Toby Johnson from Brandon, Mississippi. A real good band. He said he has a problem with King Cotton. King Cotton was by Jonathan Sousa.
I love Jonathan.
What happened? That Mom tell you history of that march. Keep in mind now, when Jonathan wrote that march, Civil War had been over with maybe about 40, 50 years. You had a lot of Southern Confederate soldiers walk around one leg.
Yeah.
One leg. And he had to play at the Cotton Exhibition in Atlanta, Georgia. So Jonathan Sousa was a showman. You know, he had been a Marine conductor. And what he did was he wrote a march for the Cotton Exhibition in Atlanta, Georgia. And he had touted King Cotton, because Cotton was the king of the South. Another thing, too, read little history. Mississippi was the most richest state in the United States prior to the Civil War because of cotton. It was the richest one and free labor. What? So what happened was John Sousa played the march. He came in court. They came in train. They played King Cotton. They didn't want him to come. Some of us, we were on Yankee, come down here. Go Yankee. The band came down. They got off the train and they played King Cotton. And they played Dixie. They went crazy. They played Dixie. Mom came in, boy, he all right, that Yankee is. He played Dixie, then he played King Cotton. Then John Sousa, being a showman, he marched down the street to a black church, Baptist church, the thing said, and he played Bethlehem Republic and had the choir, black choir, to sing the Bethlehem Republic. The Bethlehem Republic is the battle cry of the Northern soldiers. And they talk about free and slave. So he played both sides of the fence. And King Cotton is a beautiful march. It also is a lot of teaching going on. Another thing about John Sousa. John Sousa defined band instrumentation. He defined which band instruments supposed to be in the band. And he defined what the type thing they're supposed to be playing. The timbre, what the sound that. And he was called the March King. He wrote, I think, 150-some marches. But Carl King wrote more marches than him. Paul King with I think 180 something. But John for the Sousa March is, I think, a little bit better quality. But that's the man there. The next march we played, God dog, come to me quick, was Storm and Sunshine.
I
That's the
remember
one I
that.
couldn't remember.
I think that was your
Storm and
favorite,
I
Doc.
love it. I love
I
it.
think that was your favorite.
If
I
you
remember
want to
your
hear,
face. I remember your
if you want to
face.
hear a high school band play the hell out of Storm and Sunshine, it scares you. Go online and look at Central High School, Memphis, Tennessee, out of Eugene Liddell. Playing the
No.
damn
Say that
hell
louder.
out of
Say that louder.
huh?
Who's the band? Who's the band right there at Central?
Yeah.
Yeah, he direct the band to Dr. Oliver Liddell.
And who is he to you?
It's not you.
My son.
Yo, son, come on, pops. Come on, talk about
Hey,
it.
listen to his woodwind section. Incredible.
You know
They don't carry that player. All right, the next march I think we played. I got the order confused down. We played also Rolling Thunder.
I love
Rolling
I
Thunder is
forgot
the
about
military
that.
march. That's Sousa. Yeah, get them on down the line now. At Four Beats, we played. How many is that? 4.
Yeah.
Oh, I got them out of order. We played Bonham and Bailey after King Cotton.
I love some Burning Man.
Bonham and Bailey is the Circus March.
Yes.
The Circus March, it ain't no joke. You there?
Yeah, we here.
You flipped the hold on.
Turn your device a little
Hold
back.
on.
You know what? He probably got another interference, but he's gonna click back on. Y'all, this information that y'all know Doc taught us this and said this at some point, but there's some stuff that I'm listening to him say now that I don't remember him telling us in 1998. 99. Close. I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Does it feel like home?
It feels like I'm sitting in the band hall right
It feels
now.
like home.
Right.
It feels like
I
home.
really feel like I'm sitting
The
in the
history.
band hall.
He didn't have to do that.
Say it again, Danielle.
He didn't have to do that.
No.
He didn't have to teach us that. You know what I mean?
No.
But that's
Like
Why this man Doc? So it's gonna he gonna pop back in for a minute. So man, Doc taught us so much stuff back then, and now here we are, 20-something years later.
oh, it
we are
makes so much
still-
sense now. I'm sorry. What Kevin was saying about how he
Come on.
explained I ain't gonna tell the secrets, but you know what I'm saying? Like how they explain how they felt, what you know what I mean? The whole environment, the energy surrounding the song, or how they felt when they first heard the song, and it's the same thing. It's like
Same
this
thing
is
with
what was
Lowell.
going on.
It's like how did you feel when you was playing this? Like you know what I'm saying? Like he's explaining it to us right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's great.
And it makes sense. It really, like you said, Daniel, it really makes sense now to hear it. To hear it now from this perspective. But I don't want to move forward. I want to. So we having some small technical challenges. Technology does its thing when it wants to do its thing. So we got to get Doc back in. Doc dropped off for a minute, but I'm sure he's gonna pop back. Go ahead.
Doc said something about when he said, so when you asked him the question about the product, right? And he affirmed, like, yes, right? Like, yes, he was focused on the product, the end product. It made me think of that movie. I don't know if y'all seen this movie called Whiplash.
No. I may
Okay.
need to see it now. I'm sure.
Okay. Whiplash stars his name is Miles Teller and J.K. Simmons. J.K. Simmons is like this band director, right? But he has like this drummer, right? That he's like super, super hard on. And like he's focused on the product. He's like a beast. You know what I mean? Like, the things that we experience in the band room sometimes when Doc will be like, what are y'all doing?
All right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Y'all not listening to me, But it reminded me of that because he was a jazz band director. This movie Whiplash. What?
Okay.
Toby.
I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah, but it's called Whiplash and it's intense, but it's like super, like, I don't know. It's an intense movie, but it's also something that you can like relate to if you're in the band or like we were.
Yeah.
No,
That's the
I've seen
trailer.
this
Pull up
movie.
the trailer. You seen it?
Right.
I've seen it.
Why do I
Yes.
hear you got it playing now? You playing the trailer
No,
right
like
now?
yes,
You're playing it right now.
yes. I'm looking at it.
I need to check that out. So Whiplash. Okay, so gotta look at
Mhm.
Whiplash.
Yeah.
All right. So we gotta get Doc back on. So we gotta continue this conversation. The conversation is going great. I'm literally listening to Doc recall the events from 1961, 1962, 1963, like it happened this morning. Like I'm watching him and listening to him spit this information out. I'm like, man, this man is a genius in real time.
And
right
stop
now.
right there, like because like we've interviewed people during this season, like Lowell and people like, oh, like Doc is a freaking genius. He's smart. Even Dr. Magruder was like, yeah, like he told me I needed to do this, and I fought against it. But what Doc told me to do was real, and it was right. It was correct. And like, hey, like we can't excuse or we can't dismiss. That's the word. We can't dismiss his knowledge.
Oh no,
in
definitely.
everything that we're doing.
Right, we gotta get more of that. We gotta get more of that. We're gonna get it. But like once again, we got having some few technical challenges right here, but we're gonna work through them. We're gonna get Doc back on so we can continue this conversation that is going so amazing. Like man, wow, here we are. You said something, Toby. You said something. You were like, 18 months ago, Doc's name came up, and it's been coming up each episode. It's
like,
some
you gotta get Doc.
We gotta get Doc. We gotta get Doc. Now we got Doc. But we're gonna make it through this. We're gonna definitely make it through this. We're gonna get Doc back on. We're gonna make sure that he logs back in, click back on. All right, so Doc, you were talking about those marches. So go ahead, my good sir.
The marches, Barnum and Bailey was the third one, I believe. Barnum and Bailey is all these are the real war horse marches. Them basically not much of war horse marches, but the other marches are legendary type marches. Them Barnum and Bailey came in the Barnum and Bailey circus. Then the next one we had on the list was Pepper Carnival. Pepper Carnival by far the most musical and most difficult one.
Yep.
Then the next one is Stars and Stripes Forever, which is the most famous march by John Philip Sousa. It is the American March. In 1936, Stars and Stripes was adopted by Congress as the American March. Those marches are one thing about the marches too is, we first started playing them, the band director want me to play them. But what Dr. they are doing, we got a show to do. That was the thing, we got to get the field show down. And then, the kids, they want to play them. They want to play them at all. I remember 1995, the Marine Band came to Jackson State. The President's Own. The real band. They're playing all this high concert music. They were playing all that stuff. And after each concert piece, they played a march. They played the march that we were playing. Played the march. We got back to school the next day. I didn't ask the students to play march. They asked to play Stars and Stripes.
Oh, wow.
They let them know what a band's supposed to sound like. And it was devastating. Then from then on, we have very few problem kids playing march. So mostly black band can't start up a march. They really, but I wasn't stupid. I knew what we were. We was at Jackson, Mississippi. So I would play the march and we could run out 7 of them. But we came to play his next. When we ready to put it in there, now we're ready to do our thing.
Yeah.
But another thing, when you play the marches, I wonder how you feel, on the other side of the field. And y'all got those same marches in y'all school somewhere and you can't play them. That really bad. I'm telling you, it happened to me once. You guys might have been in the band. I think it was 2000. It was the first year we had the Battle of the Band in Jackson. Florida A&M. Y'all the band that year?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right.
We were.
Florida A&M brought 404 people to the school. And at least 100 of them went in school. We had about 220 at that time. Now, we did a hell of a show. That's what happened. After we left the field, we went to the stand. and I walked by Florida M Band, and Dr. Julian White said, Dr. Liddell, will you conduct the Florida M Band in the performance of Repertoire? That man called me out.
Called you out.
He called
I
you
didn't
out.
know this.
Well, asked me to conduct the Repertoire. Like, I didn't know that. See, he gonna show me that they a band and we not. I said, okay. I said, if we did the Repertoire, all right, band, you got a new director now. Be careful, I'm gonna count you off. They played the hell out of it. And I said, Dr. White, will you conduct the Sun Boom of the South and the Planet Repertoire? It blew him away.
Yeah.
And you don't play with Louis Liddell, buddy. In other words, we are musicians. We ain't playing that game. See, in other words, that wasn't a band director thing. That was a band director thing.
Doc,
See,
we didn't know.
I never had no problem out of him. He really recognized that in Jack State, not like them other record ain't band. Another thing, too, the marches do for you. I know John, you know this. When you get to the marches, a rap tune ain't no music. You had nothing that tic-tac-toe.
Yeah.
Arrangement. Now, we had some good arrangements. But I love those. I listened to Mr. Dr. Magruder's his episode, but he did a hell of a job on those arrangements. He really did. And what he did was he captured the audience.
Yep.
That's what we want to do. We want to capture the audience.
That was it.
And I remember what's important about that is, too, I'm going to talk about field show a minute. When you go on the field, you play Tennessee State, you have to have a house tune. You got to get the order. And I remember, what year was that? It was in the 90s. Went to Tennessee State. We blew their tails away. Well, Tennessee State pulled that house tune out of on the field. And when our women start singing Tennessee State house song, we're in trouble.
We in trouble now. We got to go back to the drawing board and get some more tunes.
When they sing the other band's song, and then that's the only time they happen to us. And every time we came to Tennessee State, then on wore their tails out, they don't know what they did. They didn't know what they had done. What they did, they had put a house tune up. We weren't prepared for that. From then on, we always made sure with Tennessee State, we had a ballad, a nice, well-written ballad that the people gonna sing.
Yeah.
And so I remember, I think Terrell mentioned that when we played one tune, it cut off, the audience kept singing.
Yeah.
That's house.
That's house.
You in there, dude. You locked in. Me and Dr. Magruder, we used to have these conversations of getting tuned. They're going to get the house. You had to do that now. I remember also our dance routine was sucked. We're doing a hell of a dance routine. We'll get no house.
No house.
I went to my music appreciation class and asked them what tune to play. I didn't ask the band because y'all didn't know. Y'all playing them hard tunes. Y'all playing them hard tunes, got music in it, because y'all musicians. But the people in the audience not musicians. So I wanted a dance tune that really could catch the audience. And they gave me some tunes, and y'all had them on the list. That was the linear house. They gave me a tune, and we came back, and y'all don't want to play it. We played what the music appreciation class told us to play at Liddell High School and dance, got all kinds. You follow me now? You had to know what to play. But good for you a list to come back on the list.
That's
So you come back with it. Anyway, back to the marches. Those marches, for example, what's that now?
No, Doc, that's
when I got there in 1992.
You knew what
Can you hear me?
you knew the end to lean into. You knew where to lean into. That's what makes you a great leader, because like if we didn't know it, we
Can
thought
Doc hear you?
You were the one that like, hey, like this is what the people are talking about. This is what the streets are talking about. This is what's gonna get us some house. This is what's gonna bring some exposure to the program. You could recognize that early. And a lot of times we thought we knew, but we didn't know.
Well, you were students, and you were locked into the dormitory crowd. Your peer group.
Dixon.
And when you come up there too, you fail to realize when you come to a football game, what the medium average age is 35 up.
You're right. Facts.
That's true.
And you entertain them 5,000 folks in the dormitory, you're gonna get shot.
You're right.
Shot.
They're not even coming to the game, Doc. They're not coming to the game.
So
That's
what
funny.
we were doing marketing research. We wanted to make sure folks, this is Jackson State, they leave with that thing. Hey, they knew what was going on.
But you know what, Doc? You just said something. You said something that research thing. You said that marketing and research. That's a lot. That's a big part of what a lot of people don't know or did not know that was happening back then, because we were able to get the crowd, get the audience, get them involved, but they didn't know where it came from. This was stuff that was happening behind the scenes. Like,
absolutely.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Man, Doc,
we had a lot of meetings. Each band director what to play. Paul Otter wanted to play something. Gruder wanted to play something, and we bring some students in and talk about it. We want to make sure that we didn't miss it. We want to make sure that we were some that program. And back to the marches, we started getting, when I first came in '92, we had 4 flute players, no piccolos. Our flute and the boom were just about useless. What we trying to do. And so what happened was we started playing Stars and Stripes. I mean, one year we had 18 piccolo players. And I asked the kids, why did they come to Jackson State? You know what they told me? To play Stars and Stripes. They came there for.
What
just
year
for that song?
Piccolos.
If I'm a piccolo player, I want to come to Jackson State. Like, why not come to Jackson State? If I'm a piccolo player, Stars and Stripes.
Yeah, and then that's our record. Another thing too, what happened to you when you play the marches at the very beginning of before the game started? Those band records know, and they tell their kids that's a band. They got musicianship. See what I'm talking about?
I remember that.
That's how you last a 2-3 hour battle. You see?
Yeah. So we were trying to make sure our program represent that.
Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club is presented by BetOnline.